Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I've got my birthday StyleMaker fabric haul to share with you guys. I just opened the box. I've not even pulled anything out of it yet. So we're gonna do that today. But before we get started, today is a very exciting day because I am over on the Love Notions YouTube channel today. So today's Feature Friday pattern, so $5 today only. You can use, oh gosh, now I don't know if the code has changed yet. They're changing the codes quarterly. I will put the correct code here. I don't think it's Tom10 anymore. I think it's Cat10 now. I will put the correct code right here. You're gonna need the correct code. They're changing those quarterly now. So you just wanna make sure you're using a valid code so you can get your 10% off. But it will get you an additional 10% off the $5 price, but it's the Vivace top and dress. Guys, this is the first time that I have made this pattern and very exciting. So I'm over on the YouTube channel for Love Notions talking about picking fabrics. So this pattern is drafted for both knits and wovens. So I'm talking about the different types, you know, why you would choose to go with the pattern suggestions for drapier fabrics versus maybe fabrics with more body, depending on the look that you want, and then also knit versus woven, kind of which way you'd want to decide. In anticipation for that, I made two Vivaces myself. I made a knit version and a woven version. Now, before anyone's like, oh my gosh, that dress I'm wearing, the woven version, is so short, which this is my Destashify fabric. You'll notice this. So I'll talk more about this at the end of the month in my Destashify haul. I made a boo-boo. You can tell that I'm in a very busy season of life right now. If you guys could get a glimpse into my life behind the scenes of Tomcat Stitchery right now, it is crazy, crazy. The Lord is stretching me in ways I didn't even know I needed to be stretched. It is all good though, but this is definitely a trying time of life. Anyway, I've just noticed I've been making a couple more mistakes. And one of those is that when I printed out the pattern pieces for the Vivace, so I printed out the knit pattern pieces and the woven pattern pieces because there's two different files for each. Sorry, I have a very itchy nose. Two different pattern files for both. I printed it out and then I did that a while and then it sat for a minute before I actually cut my stuff out of fabric and then sewed it up. And after that, it was after doing all of that and even, I think I had them cut out, I had not sewn them up yet. And I went to go print another pattern and realized that my Adobe printer settings were set to fit instead of actual fit, because I had printed out a document where it was not fitting. I think it was a knitting pattern actually that was going off the pages. And so I put it on to fit so that it would shrink it a little bit because it was meant for A4 and I needed it for US paper. And my Adobe doesn't switch it back for you. Like that's then the next setting next time you go to print something. And I didn't check my scale because I hardly ever check my scale anymore because my printer is very reliable. Anyway, I am pretty sure I cut off the piece of the pattern that had the scales square on it anyway, so I couldn't even test to see what my gauge was, that I was proper for my printout, and I'm pretty sure that I made these a little too small. So I think that is why my dress is so short. I didn't really notice a difference in the shirt because it's knit and it just has some flow, but you'll notice my pleat is not sitting quite as nice because it's probably just a little snugger through here than it's meant to be. It's still fine, but where I really notice it is the length of the dress. The dress is way too short and I shortened it by an inch, but I always do that on Love Notions patterns. I always shorten the body by an inch. So I think that is what happened. So this has turned into a top. Simple fix, because I really love the fabric and I have fabric left over. I don't think I'll make another Vivace out of this fabric just because I don't need two, but I do have enough of this fabric left over to do something else, maybe a skirt or maybe a different top. I love this fabric. So anyway, that is what happened, but the fabric and the pattern is lovely. I highly recommend it. I will definitely be making more. In fact, now I need to make two dresses. I need a woven dress and a knit dress now in my wardrobe. I think they're just going to be so great for spring and summer. So anyway, that is today's Feature Friday pattern. I'll leave a link down to the YouTube video down below if you'd like to go check me out over on YouTube or Love Notions today. Okay, let's get started. Again, I'll tell you all about this pattern again at the end of the month with my Destashify mix, but just wanted to give you a heads up because it is $5 today only. Okay, folks, as you know, StyleMaker Fabrics is one of my favorite fabric shop places to buy fabric. I just have never been disappointed in quality. She carries a lot of my color palette. She and her mother are both, Michelle and her mother Sharon, are both delightful to work with. I don't have any affiliation with them other than I have done just a couple of their style tours with them before, and I've done a couple of videos for them in the past where they've just sent me fabric. But other than that, I don't have an affiliation with them, other than I just really enjoy their fabric shop and I really like shopping with them. But if you sign up for their newsletter, you get a, they send you a coupon during your birthday month. So you get a 20% off coupon to spend anytime, but only once, during your birthday month. So you may be aware, I mentioned it a little bit, but my birthday was in February. It was last month, and you get your coupon. Doesn't matter when your birthday is. You just get it at the beginning of your birthday month, and you have all month to use it. So I was really putting it off because I didn't, I was feeling like a cart. Because I wanted to make it worth it, So yeah, I filled a cart. In fact, one of my friends who also, one of my students and friend had sent me a message who also has a February birthday, and she's like, have you, spent your StyleMaker coupon yet? And I was like, not yet. I'm still hoarding things away into a cart and trying to make decisions. Can't be rushed with those things. But I did go ahead and spend my 20% off coupon. It's a wonderful perk. So if you're not signed up for their newsletter, you should sign up for the newsletter because that 20% off coupon really goes a long way. And I bought a few things that I'm going to unbox here with you. Actually, more than a few. I bought quite a few things. And I want to talk about my thought process behind that a little bit. So I have been very good, especially this past year, but even the year before that probably, in really nailing down my basics, and which are mostly solid fabrics. I've nailed down my TNT patterns. I think I've done a really good job of filling those holes in my wardrobe that are my basics. There's a few things I still want to make, a couple that need to be replaced just because they're wearing out and that kind of thing. But I really feel like the skeleton of my closet is in a really, really good shape. So now comes the fun stuff. Now is that's the cake of my wardrobe. Now comes the frosting, the really fun pieces to make and to wear, which for me a lot of times include prints. Another thing I noticed, so I've been very good with my fabric buying and only buying the things that I need to fill the holes for those wardrobe basics. But, sewing is our hobby, and I like to wear things that aren't just basics and solids. And one of the things I noticed, and I mentioned this in my winter wardrobe week's worth of outfits video a little bit, is that I was a little bored with my winter wardrobe. Now everything went together and I feel like I looked put together and polished and everything every day. There was just something lacking, like a little something. I just wasn't inspired when I would get dressed. Like I was kind of just getting dressed by, I was following the calendar, so like, okay, I'll just wear this today. And again, I could go out of the house and look put together and, all of my style guideposts, stylish or chic, current, and classic. But I don't know, there's just something missing. And I think what that was, it was a little bit of color. Like I need bright color, more bright color in my life. And I did have some of the warm red that was in my winter wardrobe, but I also think I was missing some bolder things, some things that are more fun to wear. And maybe these are things that aren't going to stay in my wardrobe for years and years, but things that I'm really going to enjoy wearing, right now. They'll be those things that get like a ton of wear for like 2 seasons, 2 summers or 2 springs or 2 spring and summers or whatever. And I just wear them a ton and wear them out. I like to have a few of those pieces, in my wardrobe, just things that I feel really make me happy to wear, the dopamine dressing. So when I was fabric shopping, I did get, I think, one piece that is actually, I had in mind for a basic, but everything else is just kind of some fun stuff. So these are things that probably will get made up sooner rather than later, but even if they do go into my stash, they are fun pieces that when the right pattern comes along, I can pull them out and really enjoy making them up because the fabric makes me so happy. And they're all in my color palette, so they will never be those pieces that I go to and think, oh, I thought I liked this and I really don't. I also stuck with patterns that I know that I like, that I gravitate towards, which are more classic, like florals and stripes are kind of my go-to. Gingham as well, but I don't have any gingham in here today. But yeah, the more classic prints are kind of what I am drawn to, and then obviously solids. So anyway, let's pull this out and see what I've got. I have grabbed quite a bit. Just want to give you my thought process for shopping. Okay. So number one, we get this lovely happy birthday, wishing you the best, StyleMaker Fabrics, this little card, which is so nice. It's nice when you get like little happy birthday messages. And yes, and then here is just, you know, your order, and then Michelle wrote down here, happy birthday, Michelle, which is also very kind. Just, it's the little things with small businesses I find that, you know, just make a big difference and just make it better than some of the big box stores. Okay, I'm very excited about this. I ordered 3 yards. This is the Statement Repeating Striped Rayon Crepe in red and yellow. Look at this. I'm also sitting far from you guys so I can kind of drape the fabric out because I'm going to need to wash all of this. This reminds me of like an awning stripe. If this just screams summer to me. And I think I want to do a dress with it, but I also thought pants, like palazzo style pants with like a matching boxy cropped shirt, whether I try with the Ashton again maybe, or try a different pattern. But I just feel like sleeveless, boxy, cropped, you know, my modest mom crop, with maybe a matching pair of like wide leg pull-on palazzo pants. Is this not stunning? I just think this is so cool. Okay, so we've got this really warm red that obviously is my red. I have a little bit of, there's a little bit of turquoise that's in there. I should have brought my color card down, but yeah, I do have some like warm turquoise colors in my color card. And then I have like this spring green color, which she's calling it green. Oh no, she's calling it yellow. But I would say it's like that acid yellow, you know, like that mix between like chartreuse, like the spring green that kind of goes yellow. And then there's a little bit, the darker colors are like a burgundy kind of color. It's a very warm but bright and happy fabric. Does this not make you smile? It makes me smile. So I grabbed that kind of thinking along those terms. I mean, I could make a dress out of it. These vertical stripes are just going to be so flattering. I just feel like wide leg pants are going to make my legs look long. And let's be honest, when you're 5'2", anything that will make your legs look long is a plus. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And maybe I could get more than just a tank out of it if I did the palazzo pants. I don't know, I'd have to see. But yes, that was fabric number one. And that was one of the first things I stuck in my cart because I don't have as many bright or as many prints really in rayon in my stash right now, which is odd. That was kind of something I had a ton of there for a while, but I've just kind of blown through that. So gotta replenish that. Okay, now this next fabric I actually have a plan for. So this is the Happy Daisy Dot Jersey Knit in Jade. This is also a turquoise background. And I would say this isn't like bright white, and it's got like a warm taupe dot and then like a blued off dot in there as well. I think this is going to be good for my color palette. You know, it can be a little bit of a gamble when you are shopping online, but I think this is going to be good for my color palette, and I think I'll try and pop in some, I don't know, that might not work. I don't know. Anyway, for this one, and this, I want to get up close so you can see the print really well. It's like the ditzy floral, but I really want to recreate that Bowden top that I did a sew the look for one of those ready to wear videos. Gosh, it may have been last summer, last spring, but I want to do the willow wrap top from Love Notions in this. That was also one of the patterns that I had on my 5 patterns I wanted to make from Love Notions that I hadn't had a chance to make yet back in January, that video. So I want to use this fabric to recreate, I'll pop a picture of the Bowden wrap top in this. And I thought this would be a good dupe type of fabric to do a sew the look. So this I actually got to do a sew the look with the Love Notions willow wrap top to recreate that Bowden look. I think it'll be so good with my ecru jeans that I just got. So that is what that's going to be. Okay, this Next one, which is Slice of Summer Watermelon Rayon Crepe. I got 3 yards of it. I mean, this is just a summer dress waiting to happen. How is this not a summer dress waiting to happen? So this is, the background of this is my red. Like, it is a warm tomato red. And then it's, I mean, this is very much my color palette. Even the, like the pinks that are on here for the watermelon slices are that warm salmon color. And then all of the greens that are in the rind and the leaves are all my warm greens. There's olive, and then there's kind of like a grass green and a spring green. But look at that print. How happy, I mean, like, how could you not be happy wearing that? And yeah, this is gonna be a dress. I mean, it could end up being a cashmerette Upton, because I still have that pattern out. I never put it away. It just keeps getting moved around my sewing room, because I'm not done with it yet. I wanna make, you know, I made a couple last summer, and I just have more in me, I can feel. I wanna try more of the iterations, you know, some of the different skirts maybe. I just think that this is, I mean, this just could be the happiest of happy summer dresses. I also grabbed 3 new Know Me patterns when they did their early spring release not too long ago. And the Butte J'adore, although this may not be bodied enough for that dress because I really want some poof in there, but there was a dress that she released that is amazing. I really want to make it. There was, I bought the new Brittany J. Jones. I thought that'd be so cute for Ava because it's like a knit crop top with a matching skirt. And I bought Ava some Ponte actually recently. I thought that'd be a good thing to pack as well for Italy for her, and just to walk around in, that kind of thing. I don't think that'll be one of the event outfits, but she could dress it up. And then there was another one, oh, I can't remember who the other pattern designer was, but it was a shirt dress and it was color blocked that was also really cool, but I don't know that I want to use round for that either. I think I want to use a, like a cotton lawn or something with a little more body to recreate that. But anyway, this will be, I think, a summer dress, definitely. I love wearing dresses in the summer. I wear more dresses in the summer than I wear all year long. I just find them much more comfortable in the warmer months. So, I mean, and it's watermelons. How is this, I mean, yeah. Need I say more? So I grabbed 3 yards of this so that I could do a nice dress with a fuller skirt if I wanted to, or yeah, I may play around more with the Upton, but yes, that's what this is gonna be. Okay, this next one was a little bit of a splurge. This is because it's the Nanny Eero floral double gauze in terracotta. I got 2 1/4 yards, but it's so pretty. It's some of the double gauze, and I used to have a shift dress. It was the Tilly and the Buttons Stevie out of some Nanny Eero double gauze, and it was a delight. That just wasn't a very flattering dress on my body shape. But I am going to turn this into a Love Notions cadence. I wore the crap out of, it's good verbiage, out of my 2 versions of the Love Notions cadence last summer. So easy to throw on and dress up or dress down. And I just thought the colors in this were so beautiful because you've got, obviously the terracotta background, and then you've got these nice, sorry, I keep hitting that lid, these nice, warm orange like flowers, and then there's a little bit of teal in here that's all in my color palette, and even this like buttermilk color is in my color palette. It's kind of my cream. Yeah, this is filled with a whole bunch of stuff from my color palette, and I could just see myself wearing this all summer as well. I could also see this going to Italy. I'm thinking about getting a handheld steamer to take with me to Italy, because I think that because we have to go to so many nice events, that might be kind of nice to be able to release wrinkles in the hotel room, because you were going to be taking nicer dresses and I don't want to be creased. So anyway, but it's cotton and this would be so breathable and easy to wear in end of May, beginning of June in Rome. So anyway, this could also end up being a Roman dress. I'm going to do a big plans video, probably sooner rather than later, because I got to have time to sew all this stuff up. We leave at the end of May. We'll be at the end of May, beginning of June. 12 days, and I have had requests. It's going to be interesting to pack because we're not just going as tourists, we're going for a wedding, so we've got 3 events that we have to pack for, but I have requests from all of my family members for things. Surprisingly, quite a few things from my son, including an outfit that he wants made, because the same couple that are getting married, they're having a reception in Missouri, where I'm from, at the beginning of April. So we have to dress up for that as well. And my son has put in a request for an outfit for that too. So I'm waiting on fabric to arrive for him, but I'm going to do a big plans video on everything that I'm planning to make for Italy. And then I'll do like what I'm packing, you know, type video before that. And then I'll be filming while I'm in Italy. I'll probably do a fabric shopping trip of some sort and do a little fabric haul with you guys. And also I thought an outfit of the day might be kind of fun while we're over there. Anyway, but I'll wear this all summer. I had more plans for these things than I realized. Okay, and then next is Bold and Bloom Repeating Stripe Rayon Multi, and I got 3 yards of this as well because I thought, oh, look at these colors. This could be either a really good shirt dress, or I could do the shirt dress and the other stripe and do, you know, pants and a top out of this one. So one will be a dress, one could be pants and a top. Or maybe they'll both end up being dresses, I don't know. Again, I just feel like pants with a vertical stripe are just gonna make my legs look long. So look at the colors in this. So we have dark teal, a lighter teal, my warm red orange, my purple. So this is my warm purple that's in my color palette. This chartreuse spring green kind of color. A warm pink, 2 warm pinks, and that's everything. It's just like a candy stripe. Is this not wonderful? And my new shoes from Everlane that I had on for the Detachify video, it's this color. So that would be so good. I love those shoes. I'm so glad I grabbed them. I got those off the Color Guru Color Closet, where she puts things into your color palettes closet. I bought that membership for myself and my daughter, and I got a pair of Everlane jeans out of that, and then I also bought a pair of shoes, and Ava's gotten a pair of pants. So anyway, it's been very helpful to help you shop in your color palette if you're not going to make everything, or if you don't, you know, make shoes. I don't make my own shoes. So anyway, loving that. These 2 stripes were the first 2 things that were in my cart. All right, and then finally, yes. Finally, I've got some bamboo cotton sweatshirt fleece with matching ribbing. And I grabbed this. Number one, the sweatshirt fleece was in the salvage yard area, which means it's on discount. So this was like the end of a bolt. And there was a 1 3/4 yards of it, which I can get a sweatshirt out of. And I just thought that this would be wonderful. I mean, it's a nice green for me, a nice olive green. And I think that this would just be really great for just a sweater, just a nice layering piece, or sweatshirt. And I made myself a navy blue Stanton, omitted the front pocket and all that kind of stuff not too long ago. And I've been wearing that a ton, like you would wear a sweater, like I wear it over shirts and stuff like that. But it's a good layering piece. And I thought that this could be, I could make another one in the olive green. Might be really, really good. I mean, I could try a different pattern, but why? Anyway, so I think that this may be that, or it could become a jacket. Although I do have my, what's my cardigan out of the French terry from Seamwork that I just made. That's kind of a similar color to this. So maybe that could be a layering piece. So maybe this should be just a sweatshirt. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I may do a different sweatshirt pattern, but this is what I'm leaning towards a little bit right now. And then I did buy the matching ribbing that goes with that for cuffs and collars. So I love that they have that option for the matching ribbing and fabric. That's really nice. And she's got quite a bit of colors in both the sweatshirting fleece as well as the ribbing to match. And the bamboo cotton has just a really good drape because it kind of blends the best of both worlds with the drapier bamboo versus the more stable-bodied cotton. It's a good blend. So there you have it, guys. That is what I grabbed with my StyleMaker's 20% off coupon, and you're getting a little bit of a glimpse into my spring and summer sewing. I really need to sit down and kind of plan out. I would anticipate, I will be doing a video here soon on wrapping up winter. I'm not really sure. I hope you're still here because I've got big stuff to talk to you about. I have a lot that's going to be coming up on the channel here really soon. All the stuff that I've been working on. Namely, Tuesday if you are not a newsletter subscriber yet, you want to go do that. You want to go get on the newsletter subscriber. And I've got a new website. You probably won't be able to tell because it looks just like the old one, but I've switched over to where I'm having my website hosted because I had to have a place to host my website where I could maybe also host digital classes. So anyway, I have a very big announcement that will be going out to the newsletter subscribers first on Monday evening, and then it will be up on the channel for everyone to see on Tuesday morning. And it is, you want to watch it within the first 24 hours because I have maybe a reason that you would want to grab something within 24 hours. But this is something I've been working really, really hard. The biggest thing that I've been working on really hard behind the scenes. So that is on Tuesday. And then, let's see, Sunday I've got, I'm going to do a little alteration with you. We will be getting into sew-alongs again, but you're also going to want to wait because not this coming Tuesday, but the following week, there's another big announcement. Just something, this is not as big of a thing I've been working on, but I have been working on it. And so there's maybe sew along the lines of sew along kind of type thing, but that will be coming out the week of the 13th. So that week, just be excited. There'll be some stuff, as far as I know, that'll be going up that week, as long as things don't change. But that's been something I've been working on in the background as well. But I have a Sew the Look that I did with my mom that'll be coming up soon. I have my end of year or my end of season winter wardrobe I want to go over with you. Just kind of all the pieces and the things that I've made. And then the spring preview, what I'm going to, my spring plans and kind of my spring wardrobe I'll be pulling. And I'll have you also want to be a subscriber to the newsletter because I'll be sending out my spring capsule worksheet, the organizational worksheet for you to put that together. And I'll be sending out my own plans for my spring wardrobe in that PDF like I've done for the past seasons. That'll be going out in the newsletter as well. Anyway, yes, you want to subscribe to the newsletter because there's a lot of really big stuff that is coming up. And on, that note, that's kind of what I was going on. I've got a lot of really great stuff coming up on the channel, including end of winter and then also spring plans. So you'll be seeing a lot of these pop up there. And then obviously I'll be doing a plans video as well for my trip to Italy. And that will include things for both my children. I don't know, maybe something for my husband. I have fabric for a shirt for him. So if he decides he wants to take that or wear that to one of the events, I might be making that for him up sooner rather than later. So yeah, lots of fun and exciting things. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the fun and exciting stuff we've got going on. I hope you guys have a great weekend and get some sewing in. I'm very hopeful to get some sewing in this weekend. And I will see you guys again on Sunday. We're going to do a little pant alteration for my daughter. So if you have an issue with waistband gap with ready-to-wear pants, that'll be a great video for you to tune into. All right, guys, that's all I've got for today. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.